This is the Marvel Legends series X-Men Archangel, or Warren Worthington III. I picked up this set at Hobby Corner, and yeah, it's looking much better than the Photoshop pics we've seen on the internet. And here is Archangel out of packaging, and boy, am I loving this figure. And many of you will probably know that Archangel, together with Psylocke, Wolverine, and Cyclops, and Colossus, are one of my favorite X-Men ever. Yeah, Professor X is up there too, but I love these characters, reading them in the comic books, and now to have a solid Archangel figure from Marvel Legends is just amazing. I'm just geeking out right now. Amazingly, the figure is well balanced. He's standing on his own, no assistance from the wings. He's holding all of that wing assembly on his back, and he's fine. Okay, before we talk about Archangel, let us talk about the bath piece. Not exactly, sort of a pseudo bath piece that came with him, and it is the claw arm of Apocalypse. As many of you know, Apocalypse does have the ability to shape shift, or move mass, or alter his appearance, and including one of them is turning his hand into a blaster or a claw. And this was a nice little accessory that they added with this figure. And to do that, you'll need to remove one of his fists and one of the gauntlets on him, and replace it with this one. This one has a built-in hole for the hose, so you're not gonna worry about where to put the hose once you have this one on. And it's great. It actually moves. There's a ratchet hinge for both of the clips of the claw, and yeah, it's very easy to put. It's just it's like a peg you just plug in, and it's fine. The articulation for the claw is swivel, and again, the opening and closing jaws of the claw. That's that. Very cool. Now, you're probably wondering why they put an accessory of Apocalypse with Archangel. And for those of you who don't read the comic books, Archangel actually had these bird wings, just like in the movie. If you've only relied on the movies for your source material for the mutants or X-Men, then you're missing out a lot. In the comic books, he lost his wings, had to be amputated because they were beyond healing or repair or anything like that, and he felt lost as a mutant, and nowhere to go. And Apocalypse was kind enough to adopt him and turn him into one of the 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse. So he was one of the original, the OG horsemen of Apocalypse. Very biblical in context, horsemen of the Apocalypse. But Apocalypse sort of wanted to bring the age of mutants, and he would be one of his horsemen. He would play Death, and this is how he looked like. He gave him new wings, and just like in the movie, he sort of made him whole, or made him better. And this is his new outfit. It's a little the colors are a little off, but if you remember in the Return of the Marvel Legends series, the Hit Monkey Build-A-Figure wave, we did get an Archangel. I don't exactly know which one is more accurate. The wings of this one is definitely better. This is the X-Force San Diego Comic-Con wings that they're using on him, and that's great. I love the sort of near chrome silver finish on it. But in terms of how he actually looks, or how accurate he is in terms of the comic books, it's somewhere in between. So let's take a quick look at that. So this was the first time they've done it. He turned him into Archangel. And if you remember, Will Sportacio had drawn X Factor. The old X-Men, the original X-Men, they were X Factor in the 90s. And Archangel looked something like this. It was much pink. It was much pink than this one. This one's a little bit of red, magenta to say the least, but it's more red than pink. This is actually closer to how Archangel should have been, but it's a little bit too metallic. So it should be like a flat pink and very deep blue. This one is more of a purple than it's sort of an indigo purplish type of color. It's looking purple because of that metallic pink, and this one is just way too blue. So the blue should be somewhere in between the two. Okay, Jim Lee my favorite comic book artist of all time, and he drew Archangel this way. And when you look at it, this one still looks closer than this one. Even the skin color, this one is still quite accurate to the comic books. More Jim Lee, that's how he drew him. So again, you see the shade of blue, the shade of pink is somewhere in between these guys. Even other artists who drew Archangel would refer to the old peg as dark blue and pink. And in the cartoons, that's when things started getting lighter. And the Fox animated cartoons, X-Men, if you grew up in the 90s watching that, man, that was an awesome show. And this is actually closer to the cartoons than that one. As you can see, that's how it is. But to say that one is more accurate than the other, I don't know. This one is like this one. This is the X-Men cartoons, not the 90s cartoons, the one that happened in 2000, I think. And that one is just so close to that. Even the skin tone is very, very close to that. So, but let me just show you the peg, the artist's peg of Archangel when he first came out in the comic books. And I don't know. I think this is the closer one. This is like when you go to fan base to sort of encyclopedias or Marvelpedias, Marvel wikis, and this is like the reference point that for artists to draw Archangel, even the wings, how to draw the wings, and this one seems to be the closer one. Even the skin tone, the red and blue. So I don't know. It's really a matter of preference, I think. Do you get both? If you're a big Archangel fan like me, definitely get both, but one of them will do, actually. But this one thing we get with this one is, let me put this one off to the side here. We get 3 extra heads. Here are the alternate heads, and one thing I do like about it is, one is you get an unmasked version of Warren Worthington. Then you have the evil Warren Worthington the third. Kind of looks like the evil Adam Warlock, but who cares, right? It's giving that Jeremy Irons vibe. So, and Death as the angel of death, the horseman Death, and each one should fit nicely. Very easy to pop off. Turn him into Death. Wow, this one's tight. Looking badass. Very cool. Okay. Evil Warren Worthington. Yeah. That's creepy. And of course, the unmasked Warren Worthington. I'm pretty sure they'll all fit also on the other figure with these, but I'm not opening this one up. Sorry. Just have to deal with that. So yeah, very, very nice. So the articulation for the figure is going to be the same. It uses that old Cyclops Baron Zemo body, and they didn't change anything. The only thing they did change with this body mold is they put some clenched fists, or closed fists on this one instead of the pistol and gripping fist that this one had, because that did not make any sense. What would make sense is if they gave him an extra pair of hands that had the open salute hands, or open-handed blade hand like that. That would have been nice, because that's how he always flew. That's how his hands were when he flew, and that would make sense more than the fists. But I guess the fists would save them money because it's smaller and all that. And, you know, he can fly with the closed fists as well. But the open hand fist, that would have completed this figure, made it a perfect set for Archangel. I would have wanted that. So articulation, body mold, same. Paint apps, you will encounter some quality issues. I don't know why it's not even white. It's all blue plastic that they just had to paint with this sort of magenta red type of paint, and they're not doing a good job on it. And let's start with the head. The blue seems to be fine. The eyes seem to be fine, but you can see some of the imperfections of that red on that blue paint. So kind of sucks because it's just one color and they couldn't do a decent job on it. I've seen others that had scratches here and there, but you get that, you get all those, but not that of a deal breaker. I mean, yeah, thinning out red here and there, but it's fine. It's not a total deal breaker for me. I can totally let it go and all that. Now he does come packaged like in a flight position like that. So this knee is bent a little bit this way. So when you just straighten out the legs, you're going to notice that both legs are sort of leaning on this side. Nothing the boiling water and cold water method won't fix. So yeah. All right, before we leave the figure, I don't know if I explained the wings properly. They do have, these two are have independent hinges. The big wings do have hinges this way as well, and the outer wings do have hinges this way as well. You can swivel the wings as well, so you can make a wide angled wingspan like that, or close, and you can close the wings on him. So very cool. Final thoughts on the figure. Should you get him? Need I say more? Yes, this is an absolute must-have for all X-Men fans. If you love the 1/12 scale, you love the Marvel Legends, this is a definite must-have. If you live here in Manila, the figure I don't think it'll be available at retail stores like Toy Kingdom or Toys R Us or Toy Town, Landmark, Rustans, and all that. You will probably find these at hobby shops in Green Hills, and it will set you back about $50, $48, something like that. I think you shouldn't pay more than $50, $55 for it. That's tops for this figure. In the US or in other parts of the world, this figure is going for just under $40, I think. And here, well, it's a little bit more pricey because of the exchange rate and the shipping and all the duties and all that, but it's definitely worth it. I highly recommend it. The figure is going to get a 10 out of 10 for me. Which one again is more accurate? It's up to you. I think they're both accurate in their own way, but the more for those who grew up with a more modern Archangel, this is the more accurate one, I believe, especially with the artist's peg. In most of the wikis, Marvel wikis we see out there, Artist's Guide to Archangel, this is the common peg. And I think between the two, if you want to hunt them down, this is the one you want to hunt. This more recent one, a lot easier to find it. And this one is a pain in the ass to find, and it is going for bonkers on the secondary market, online, and all that. Now, I heard this was an Entertainment Earth exclusive. I don't know. It could be for your part of the world. I reckon, my biggest suspicion is that this would have been a Toys R Us exclusive. And since Toys R Us closed down, Hasbro had to go to other retailers like Entertainment Earth and maybe Big Bad Toy Store and all that. So it's probably an online exclusive. I don't know if it will come out on retail, especially here in the Philippines. My best guess is you go through online stores and you just, if you're in the Philippines, go check out hobby shops and pre-order them there. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Marvel Legends series 2018 X-Men Archangel. Thanks for watching.